Hello, I'm ABX Toycat and welcome back to Seed Sunday. Seed Sunday is a weekly series I run on my channel where I show you seeds Minecraft console edition that are particularly interesting and worth checking out in some way. They're always focused on classic sized worlds, and that's why this week's seed is pretty impressive because it contains every major new biome all on the same seed. I mean, technically there's the exception of sort of one depending on how your world generates, but yeah, for the most part you get every single major new biome, including the flower forest, including the Savannah biome, including the Mesa biome, including all of these biomes, roof forest, etc, 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 but also the super rare ones like the ice spikes biome, like the the Savannah with the hill on it, all these super rare biomes all in one seed. So yeah, that's going to be showing you around in today's video. Hopefully you do all like it. If you do, please do like it and let me know, because that helps out the channel a lot, and lets me know you do like the string of epic seeds we've been seeing. And yeah, I would like to quickly start by saying this wasn't actually found by me. This was found by a user called LBMBL, and the seed is just 126, so no toy cat. That's usually how you can tell if it's mine or just one that was sent into me. And yeah, this one is one that I heard. It's like, oh, most of the new biomes. So I was like, oh, let's give that a check, shall we? And yeah, it has most of the new biomes, but on top of that, it also has a village. So let's just start by showing you around spawn, because that's where most people care about first, because obviously if you type this in for survival, that's where you're going to spawn. And it's an amazing spawn because obviously lots of animals of different forms, because you have the the plains biome next to a savannah biome, next to another savannah biome. Basically you have all the cool stuff you need to spawn. And one of the other amazing things is this has one of the flattest flatlands I've ever seen near the spawn. So if you look at this layer right here, you can see it actually stays flat all the way across here, going along there. And yeah, this is the only way to show you. And then we go all the way this way. It's the entirety same layer of flatness. This is an unprecedented level of flatness. So usually there's like some amount of like leveling you have to do, but in this case, but with just a few blocks, or even without the few blocks, you have like a 200 by 100 space just to build wherever you want without any land getting in your way. So if you like your flatlands, which is what a lot of people used to like, pre-TU31 seeds, this seed has got you covered so well. Like, look, this is the same layer as we were on before. It just goes on and on and on and on all the way across the map. It's absolutely insane like that. So yeah, basically flatland got you covered there. Amazing spawn got you covered because of that and the flatland. But also, what do we have as far as biomes go? So let's start with the ice spikes biome in the kind of southwest of the map. This is one of the selling points of the map, because it's not just an ice spikes biome. It's not just the 2 or 3 ice spikes, which is what you get a lot of the time. And although that's cool, it allows you to get your packed ice. If you want a lot of packed ice, this seed is going to be pretty good for you, because this entire corner of the map is just spikes after spikes after spikes after spikes after spikes. And if you do expand the map further, you can tell that it wanted to generate even further, but it got cut off by the world border here. So yeah, you can see just ice spikes everywhere. If you settle down here, you get a pretty swell view. And if you want to just pretend the whole map's covered in snow, from here that's all you can see. So I do like that. I think snow biomes actually have a lot of cool things going for them, because when it rains it snows, which is just great to look at. And also if you just don't like water and you have ice everywhere instead, again, this is the only biome that really has you covered for that. So yeah, if that's not your thing, which I wouldn't entirely blame you for, then obviously you saw Savannah biome near the spawn, so that's pretty cool. But also just over here at these corners, so kind of to the west of spawn, if you go through the forest a little bit more, to the west of the spawn, you actually find a flower forest. So flower forests are cool because they generate with a lot of the flowers that you actually need, but also even once you use up all these flowers, so if you want a lot of red dye and purple dye and white dye, you can also bone meal the ground here, and you'll get different flowers than you'd get elsewhere. It's a pretty cool thing, and yeah, it's just also a really nice colourful place to look at. Look at all these roses in one place. Like, it's almost suspicious, the number of roses. But yeah, basically if you look around the place, pretty nice flower forest right here. And also in case you think I forget about this, the sunflower plains is also next to it, and that's pretty cool too. Sunflower plains is awesome if you're wondering, because it's the only way to get sunflowers, and sunflowers, I don't know, if you want them at all, then this seed has quite a few of them. So sunflower plains just over here, right next to the flower forest, two kind of not rarer but often forgotten about biomes. They're both covered with you here, so that's what is that, 4 new biomes we covered already. But then also we've got the roof forest, which isn't a necessarily rare thing at all. I think most seeds have some of it, but if you actually head all the way to the north of the seed here, you actually get a pretty decently sized roof forest, which is nice, because most of your roof forests will be a size like this one here. Look at this roof forest. It's literally like, you can see straight through to the other side. It loses all the intimidation of a roof forest. But if you like being intimidated by your biomes, which is a very bizarre specific thing, but I'll go with it. If you like being intimidated by your biomes, good news, this roof forest actually covers a decent amount of area in this section of the map over here. So you can see it goes down up a bit, but this roof forest covers a decent little section here, which is great if you actually want to be lost in one, and then you can expand it over to there if you really wanted to. I just think that's pretty great. Also, there's a ravine over here, which is nice. So yeah, this is the top corner of the map. I like this corner again because it's got a little bit of an extreme hills. It's got a nice place to settle down. This is reasonably flat, has a nice view, and can really be worked into however you want to do. So, yeah, if you don't like to settle down in the corners of the map, then you might be interested at the north center of the map, I guess you'd call it, because there is a mesa biome there. So, what are we on right now? Ice spikes, savannah, flower forest, sunflower plains, and root forest, plus we've got the mesa here, of course. So, again, this is something I'm going to bring up again. There's this really interesting little phenomenon on the console edition that I don't entirely know why it works. I think it's maybe a bug with the biome generation right now. So, again, you have to look at this in TU32, and that eventually comes out, which has been announced now, of course. But yeah, basically, this is a mesa biome with a lot of flatland on this, particular version. But as you regenerate it over and over again, sometimes you get spikes, sometimes you don't. So if you like your mesa Bryce, you should be covered. But even if you don't, then mesa biome by itself has all the coolness you need, such as the red sand, which makes red sandstone, an exclusive block you can't get about this place, kind of like packed ice and the ice spikes biome, and it's generally pretty cool like that. And again, if you want a really nice view for a house and you want to have the very odd thing, I think this is pretty great here because you got some mountains, you got some you got a pretty nice in general place, and I think that's great. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of great places set up on this spawn. The seed, sorry, and I really do think this is one of the best ones just for a general survival seed I've seen yet, and that's something I think that is really important to give every now and then. So just in case you're curious about what these big things are, before we move on to other seeds and the village, this one over here is actually going down to the end portal, if I understand correctly. Yeah, it is, and this and Stronghold. So let's drink a night vision potion. This Stronghold is really, really interesting to me because obviously there is more Stronghold, but it looks like it's just the smallest Stronghold ever at first glance because you just look and it's 3 rooms. It's this room here, which connects to nothing. It's this room here, which connects only to the corridor, which connects to the end portal here. So yeah, if you want to confuse your friends and be like, yeah, I found a Stronghold of only 3 rooms, you can do that. Obviously, it's not actually this way. If we dig through the wall over here, you'll be able to see. Oh, that's odd. Yeah, if you dig over here, you'll actually be able to see that. Yeah, of course, there is more stuff here, but still, there is an entire Stronghold to explore for you only, and you got a few weird glitches like this one over here. And if you like your Stronghold exploration, then every seed's got you covered. But this one is particularly cool. I want to check the chest just in case there's an enchanted book. There isn't. So yeah, that's this over here. Obviously, there's chests in this one, like in every other Stronghold. I honestly haven't explored it because I think it's funnier just to leave it at 3 rooms and say, yep, there's nothing else in here. It's just 3 rooms. And it's funny that actually does generate that way. I know you sometimes get Strongholds with just the end portal, but you always know there's going to be more. When it's 3 rooms, you might just think, Strongholds getting, they're trying to cut down more and more. So the other diamond pillar, in case you are curious, this is how I mark things, or at least this particular seed it is. This diamond pillar, if we go down to this one, will actually lead us down to a skeleton spawner, the rarest of the spawners, and with it's the same rarity as the spider one, but people care more about the skeleton spawners because it's an arrow farm. And the cooler thing about this is not just that you get the skeleton spawner, which can then be customized whatever you want it to be, but you also get, if you look in the chest, the rarest thing you can get from a mob spawner chest, the golden apple. So also a saddle, which is nice, a name tag, so you can name your new donkey or whatever. It's a pretty cool thing in general. So yeah, that's something you get from this mob spawn right here, which I think is pretty swell. On top of having all these other great things the seed has, it also has a rare mob spawner with a super rare loot. So yeah, adding to the seed's awesomeness right there. If we actually head back to the spawn, so I can show you, so you can get your sense of directions. If you don't want to go to all these other biomes I mentioned so far, this is one of the super rare biomes that a lot of people don't really remember is really cool because, we don't have Amplified on consoles right now, and the closest thing you can get to Amplified is actually if we go to the east of the spawn over here, because this is the Savannah M biome. So this biome sometimes can generate up to the height limit and kind of glitch there. In this case, it only goes up to about wide 126, which, it's still pretty respectable for a Savannah biome, and, it's pretty cool like that. So if you never have actually been up to one of these places, you haven't had the opportunity to try out all this stuff, then that's what you have access to here. So just north of this, you obviously have a village, like I mentioned. This one thing I did mention was coming. This is pretty handy because it means you don't have to make your own one, which requires a golden apple to smash potions weakness. It requires lots of things. It's just like, ugh. But instead, in this particular case, you've got yourself your village pre-generated, which is bizarre that this is a rare thing on console now. But it's got a village, which is nice. No blacksmith chest, which is unfortunate. But I think it's good enough by itself. And then finally, the one biome that some of you in the back of your heads are like, wait a minute, Soycat, you've mentioned all the new biomes. You mentioned flower forest, you mentioned this, but you haven't mentioned the the tiger and the mega tiger. So the thing about this biome that means it technically doesn't have all of them, at least on my particular version of the seed, but I've been having problems working out if it does or doesn't, is the tiger biome. So like I mentioned, certain variant biomes, the ice spikes is included. So if you don't get the ice spikes in this biome, just regenerate it. But yeah, some biomes, like the the variant biomes, don't actually properly spawn all the time. They only spawn in randomly, like even on the same seed. And in this particular case, this biome looks like it should have a mega tiger somewhere in it, but I just don't see it. So that makes me think that it's one that didn't spawn in. So yeah, this has a tiger biome, one of the new biomes, but not necessarily a mega tiger. So this seed has all the new biomes besides one. Potentially, it's kind of hard to properly put that into words. But yeah, if you want to try regenerating this over and over again, you might get that. That's something I want to do some more research into, because I've been, I've actually generated the same seed over and over again and gotten different results, and which, biomes do and don't generate that way is going to be something that I have to work out, because, the console generates things really, really bizarrely, and there's no proper way to look into the code. So, with that said, that's kind of just an end Seed Sunday. I hope you did all enjoy this week's seed. Every single brand new biome, just in case you want a quick overview. Very, very nice seed, amazing flatlands, a village, rare mob spawn or rare loot, pretty cool stronghold, every single one of the new blocks that you could want from a new biome, and in general, it's a pretty swell place that I would recommend checking out. So yeah, if you like this video, please do like it and let me know. Share if you really liked it, and subscribe if you are new around here. I make videos like this every single day on my channel, including a Seed Sunday every single week, and if you subscribe, you'll see them daily on your homepage. Quick little update, because I mentioned before, I've been really looking for a free ocean monument on one seed. I've seen one that has 2.5 ocean monuments on one seed, so 2 and then a partially generated one. I'm still looking for 3 on one seed, and I tell you what, just a quick little offer out to anyone out there. If you find a seed which has 3 ocean monuments on it, and if you have it with Toy Cat somewhere in the name, so that just proves that you haven't just found it online, I will actually send you a Toy Cat t-shirt. That is something I'll try and make happen, or at the very least, I think T Public can make that happen. T-shirt store, by the way, is always going to be linked to my channel in case you do want a Toy Cat t-shirt regardless. But yeah, free Toy Cat t-shirt if you can get a seed with 3 ocean monuments on it, or in a classic size world, and if it has Toy Cat in the name. I know that's kind of a specific thing, but if you want to give that a try, and maybe win yourself a Toy Cat t-shirt, that's something we can make happen. Anyway, that's all for today's video. I hope you did all enjoy it. I'm currently I think as this video is up, I've just finished traveling to Dublin, so we'll see exactly what's going on there. Anyway, thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!